I'd like to then invite and welcome the lead discussant, who's the founder, Baban Gona. Please put your hands together for Mr. Kola Masha.
Kola Masha, a visionary, redefining what it means to empower Africa's youth through agriculture. He's the co-founder and managing director of Baban Gona, a revolutionary enterprise transforming smallholder farmers into successful entrepreneurs and breaking the cycle of poverty and violence across northern Nigeria. Under his leadership, Baban Gona has supported over 200,000 smallholder farmers, created more than 350,000 jobs, and built partnerships with global powerhouses like MasterCard Foundation, USAID, Rockefeller Foundation, and the German government. Before founding Baban Gona, Kola served as managing director and CEO of an Atori Group subsidiary, where he helped raise $130 million in equity and build strategies to expand operations across West and Central Africa. A Skoll Award winner for social entrepreneurship and a seasoned leader with experience across GE, Abiomed, and global development initiatives, Kola's mission is clear: to create a future where young Africans prosper with dignity, purpose, and possibility.
As we look at the skyline, of this city, we feel the energy, don't we? The construction trains reaching for the sky, the traffic pulsing through the arteries of the mainland and the island. We are sitting in the beating heart of Africa. But we are also standing on a precipice. We are hurtling towards a reality that keeps me personally awake at night. Lagos is on track to become a mega city of 30, perhaps 40 million people within our lifetime. Considering the logistics of that number, every morning 40 million people will wake up hungry. Every manufacturing plant represented in this room will need raw materials to keep running. The existential question is, how do we feed a beast of that size? If we do not have a reliable industrial-scale engine to pump food and raw materials into this city, the ground, quite frankly, will tremble beneath our feet. I truly believe one of the greatest threats to Lagos is this internal collapse of our supply chains, because a hungry city is an angry city. And if the factories are not full, an idle city is also a dangerous city. So I do not speak today as a theorist. I speak today as the operator of the largest direct lender to smallholder farmers in Nigeria. Having built the largest maize-producing entity in Africa, Baban Gona, we are not a startup running a pilot. We're a massive established entity that has already decoded the DNA of agriculture at scale. We have spent a decade and a half building the rails that move food and finance across our nation, scaling our operations to serve cumulatively over 500,000 smallholder farmers and farm over 170,000 acres in one single season, an area the size of about 12 Manhattans, as we have built solutions that not just work, but is profitable and operates at massive scale. Now, my friends, Lagos is not the first to face this challenge of feeding the people and factories of a growing megacity. Chicago, New York, London, they all faced the exact same crisis a century ago. Today's giants of agribusiness, who were much smaller back then, like many organizations in the room today, the likes of Nestle, Cargill, ADM, solved this challenge by cracking the code on building their own farmer ecosystems. They built an ecosystem. They became the farmer's bank, the farmer's university, and the farmer's market. They created decentralized, productivity-driven machine. To the industrialists and agro-processors in the room, you are the modern heirs of this legacy. To survive, you must become the new giants. You must build your own farmer ecosystems, and you must secure your supply chains at the source. But, my friends, there is a catch. The Nestle's, Cargills, and ADMs had decades of trial and error. You and Lagos do not have decades. We barely have 1 decade. You cannot afford to build this from scratch. You need a shortcut. You need to take the century-old playbook and inject it with the speed and scale of the 21st century technology, coupled with the depth of expertise of leading organizations that have implemented similar models for more than a decade. I think fundamentally we are offering that shortcut. We're offering you a simple, easy way, leveraging technology to replicate our successful model to reliably source higher quality, lower cost raw materials to feed the 40 million folks in our markets soon. This is why a decade and a half ago we started building Babangona, which means a great farm in Hausa. But let me be clear, we are not just a farm. We're an ag tech entity that has decoded the DNA of agriculture at scale. Fundamentally, every day, agro-processors face a storm of challenges: inconsistent quality, unreliable supply chains, volatile costs. To fix this, we fundamentally invested in AFAS, tech ecosystem, the agricultural finance as a service. Think of AFAS not just as a platform, but as the digital nervous system for Nigerian agriculture. Built by a technology team of over 80 experts, including 56 software engineers. This is a full-stack solution integrating artificial intelligence, biometric verification, and predictive analytics. It solves 3 major headaches that create challenges in agricultural supply chains and financing them. The first is credit scoring. Our proprietary AI models analyze psychometric data to score creditworthiness for people with zero financial history, effectively de-risking the unbanked. Precision agriculture. We utilize geospatial mapping to deploy inputs to the exact farm's coordinates where they are needed, optimizing yield per hectare and driving dramatic productivity, on average doubling the yield of the average farmer. Near real-time telemetry. The system allows us to track repayments and harvest data near real time. This platform empowers banks and agri-processors to white label their own Babangona model. You don't need to build a field team of hundreds. We've built the rails. We're inviting you to run the train on them. But technology can be cold with its ones and zeros. Let me show you what the real impact of this technology can be. Let me tell you about Saminu. Years ago, Saminu was a young man living in a reality that many of our youth face. Parents with babu, nothing in Hausa. Driven by desperation, Saminu left for the city, perhaps a slum not too far from where we sit today, driving a tattered motorcycle taxi, living in the fear of destitution or recruitment by criminal gangs or insurgents. But Saminu returned to the land because of our ecosystem. Where traditional banks saw risk profile, our algorithms saw a future. Through our app, he received the credit and training. 3 years later, Saminu votes for his mother to start a goat rearing business. He owns his own retail shop. He bought not 1, but 2 new motorcycles with vanity license plates that read Babangona. This, my friends, is not a charity pitch. This is an investment memorandum based on hard data on the future of not just Lagos, but the future of our dear country, Nigeria. Some of you might think lending to smallholder farmers is risky. Our data proves otherwise. We are the largest direct lender to smallholder farmers in Nigeria today. Because of our biometric locking and community-based collateral algorithms, our default rate is less than 1%. That's 99% repayment rates. We have scaled this operation dramatically, serving in a single year as high as 12 Manhattans worth of farmland. We have proven that tech-enabled agri-finance is profitable, scalable, and transformative. So here's my challenge to you, to the banks. Stop seeing agriculture as a high-risk endeavor. You can deploy technology solutions like our white-labeled AFAS ecosystem, unlock high-yield asset class that is safer and more profitable than many of your corporate portfolios. To industrialists, agro-processors, manufacturers, stop importing inflation. Secure your supply chains by integrating technology. You can work with partners like us to replicate our successful model to simply and easily source high-quality, lower-cost raw materials from Nigerian farmers reliably right here. And finally, to the government. You want a secure Lagos? You want a calm and manageable Lagos? Then, my friends, you must invest and support in the rural prosperity that feeds this megacity. Let's imagine a Lagos a few years from now. It's a city of 35 million people. But it is a city that is fed and is a city that is calm. The trucks rolling into Lagos are not carrying imported grains from Russia or Ukraine. They're carrying maize and soy grown by millions of Saminus in the north, in the west, in the east, in the south-south. These farmers are using the money they earn to buy the products manufactured in your factories in Ikeja, in Apapa. The rural and urban economies are no longer two separate worlds. They are one beating heart. We call our company Babangona, the Great Farm. But today I invite you to see Lagos itself as part of that great farm. A city that understands that its skyscrapers can only stand tall if the roots in the countryside are deep and strong. We have the technology, we have the model, we have the proof. Let us feed this city. Let us build the future together. Thank you.
Thank you.